The Olympics in the culinary world is like maybe a mixture between like CrossFit and an art museum. There's art on the plate, there's technique, there's creativity, but it's got to be done in a way that's time constrained.
It's that intense pressure and attention to detail the whole time. You're like 5.5 hours. The second you think that you're going to do something, no one's going to see me do that, someone will see you do it.
Just the atmosphere where everyone's shouting for their country, and the passion when we're at the World Cup, being there when everyone's yelling and screaming and cheering for their team. It's a really nice. It's like a family, each country.
You're really at the top of the game, and just being with other like-minded chefs.
You know, you have your opening ceremony, you have your competitions in big arenas, and you have the closing ceremony. So it's unique in its own way.
Next level. It's like the Olympics. It's just like it's a massive conventional crowd. It's just insane.
I mean, and let's face it, we're at the pinnacle of our career. So the Olympics represents the pinnacle in competition. So
it's in my blood to do all these things.
You have to sort of say that you're an elite Olympian at the culinary arts.
Everyone's going to have amazing tasting food. Everyone's going to be cooking at a level which exceeds general sort of cooking standards, because everything's being watched. So it's the little things that win it.
Alright.
I don't need to be nervous, do I?
Sorry?
I don't need to be nervous, do I?
Nah.
My name is Harry Joyce, and on the team I'm working on entrees and the cold seafood platter. When I was doing my apprenticeship, I worked with a young pastry chef who was on the previous junior team before that one, and she had explained it to me and what it was about, and when I was an apprentice I thought it was really cool, so I tried to get involved with that, and then Patrick, the coach, reached out to me for the following team and just kind of went from there.
Hi, my name's Jess. I'm the vice captain of the junior team, and yeah, work tidy, work clean, make food taste good. Like that's like what it comes down to. Is as long as your food's good, your hygiene's good, you don't pick your nose. I don't know. It's just like it's when you break it down and simplify it, it's straightforward, and it's just remembering all of that. So it's like you just don't do stupid things and lose stupid mistakes.
So my name's Andrew Ballard. I'm the captain for the culinary team for Australia. So the Olympic rules, basically you've got two major competitions. Unlike any other cooking competition, it puts you under the real world strain of having to actually produce and then clean down, reset and produce again.
The first set is you do what's called a restaurant, which is 6 chefs in the kitchen, 1 dishwasher, 2 helpers outside, which call the pass and sort of the managers, yeah? And you have to serve 110 people, entree, main, dessert. 14 people, you've got to do these massive platters, which are kind of reminiscent of the Bogan store platters.
Yeah.
Still the same 6 chefs have to be in both kitchens. This is 2 days after you've done the first one. Before we even start, the pastry chef has to develop and put onto the table this really elaborate chocolate and pistachio centerpiece. So it's like really, and you've got 5.5 hours to do it.
Canapes followed by a big beautiful platter with salads and terrines and some garnishes, some vegetable garnishes, followed by a vegan entree, followed by a main course of meat. You've got dessert, you've got petit fours, no pressure.
And every minute detail that you can think of comes into within that. Anything down to checking the fridge temperatures, how you store things, how you cut things, how you put your knife on the bench, you know, working clean.
From my past competition as well, you have to look only on yourself. You don't have to look what the others they have.
Yeah.
Once you look to them and you see they have different, I don't know, uniforms or different equipment, you start to shake a little bit and say, oh, I'm not like that. No, just look for yourself. Look what, and believe in you. Believe that you can do well. That's all.
To win, it definitely helps having a lot of money in the team. I think, you know, having a lot of funds behind you as a team is really important because obviously invest in equipment, you can be able to train more. Obviously all of us are from all different parts of Australia, so to bring us all together here in Perth to train, it does cost a lot of money flying us all over. You know, just the food and that, we're lucky to have sponsors, so we obviously need sponsors to be able to win. And then just being together as a team and making sure you have enough practices to ensure that, you know, if something goes wrong, how are you going to fix it, how are you going to adapt on the day of the comp. And I think that sets you different from the rest, is if you can adapt as a team, then you really set yourself up to win, and if your food tastes amazing.
Through things like fundraisers, dinners, brand deals in terms of other sponsors, it all matters. It all matters. It's one of the hardest things that we have to deal with, to get fundraising for us to go and compete and showcase and have Australia on the platform on the international stage. That's probably the hardest thing. You know, we just would love it if we get more support. It's not always there, but we make do what we make do. I think Australia's always done that. We go over there what we have. We don't have the budget of some of these multi-million-dollar teams.
Funding is the bane of my life. The major sponsors, as you can see on the jacket here, have stayed with us for 22 years, as long as I've been part of the team, and some of them even longer. But we do rely on other things like functions we run. So the idea is we have training sessions, and every training session we run a function. And the idea is we need to fill those functions, so we pay for the training sessions so we can use the sponsors' money for the actual competitions.
Tell me about Pat, his influence on the team.
Monsieur Pat, Mr. Pat.
Pat, where to start? Pat, there's so much you could say. Pat's
Known since 1999.
Pat is someone I never met until I got on the team. I'd heard of Pat, but I never actually had the chance to meet Pat.
Instead of telling them, no, I don't want you to do this, I think it'll be a waste of time, you let them learn that for themselves. But at the same time, he's always there. He gets really invested in every member of the team's personal lives. He knows so much about all of us that it just wouldn't be the same without him.
Better him with anything. Cooking, personally, does, man. And he'll sit down and he'll listen. And I think that's the key to a good leader, a good mentor, is someone who can listen.
Can't replace him, because the knowledge that he's got, the teams he's trained, the places he's got them, no one else is going to do that. So.
Being a father figure in the industry for me, he's really carried me forward. He's really always encouraged me to do more than I think I could.
He's a very, very special man, not just as a chef, but also individually as a person.
He gives 100% for effectively no payout.
This is my final swan song, so we've put in something in place so people can replicate what we've done. You know, we started the team, like this team started 2.5 years ago, and obviously they went to Luxembourg for the World Cup, and that was part of the process about getting them blooded into international competitions.
The way you motivate them is the fact that they're chasing a goal, and the goal they're chasing is the ultimate. They want the gold medal at the weekend. So for them to get that, they have to put the effort in. But I have every confidence in the teams that they will do the best they possibly can.
It's what I do.
How do you think you're going to go when you go to the Olympics?
Silly question. It's a gold medal, through and through, two of them.
It'd be good to come home with a second gold medal from the Olympics.
I can see my shiny on my chest.